reports. How do you do it? With my organization, we followed a story for 1 year about NACO and how they were circumventing their own examinations. We had to put a journalist to go register in the secondary school, live in that secondary school, in that town, got accommodation for her, gave her uniform, paid her salaries, provided for her family in Abuja. And she followed, she took the form. The Wonder Center was somewhere in Kaduna. She had to go for 1 year. How are you going to do that without money?
Let me pause you there and return to the issue of funding. Madam Semenitari, you gave us a bombshell there at the beginning by saying that it was easier to practice investigative journalism under the military than a democracy. Now, elsewhere in the world, the private sector supports the media. But it seems here in Nigeria, it's not the case. How then can we get the private sector to, be pulled into supporting the media so that the media can truly be independent? And then you go to a minister, you're not asking for adverts, and then wanting the FOI Act to also be used on the investigation you're making with them. So let's have you respond to that. I know, Dr. BEKA. No, it's for Madam Semenitari, and then okay. I'll come to you. Dr. BEKA, I will come to you. You will speak from a citizen's point of view and a government official's point of view. So, Madam, let's hear you.
So let me start with the first question, and I hope that a journalist here decides to investigate. What is happening to the radio and TV licenses that we pay? Where's the money going? Because that money is supposed to help fund broadcast media. Where does that money go? The TV and radio licenses. They go into government coffers. And still, NTA, FRCN are literally comatose. The radio and TV licenses, I know the Broadcasting Organization of Nigeria has been talking about this and saying this money ought to support public interest broadcasting across board. Where's that money going? Let's start with that. So, yeah, and private sector, shouldn't they help fund the media? Yes and no. Again, I keep saying yes and no. Why? Because if you come to me, and I told you, for instance, that a bank pulled their ads from me, okay, from my magazine, because, and they had said, okay, we'll do advertising with you for 1 year. We broke a story that affected them, and they pulled their ads. And they do this across the world. I mean, they do this regardless of whether they're in the United States or in South Africa or wherever. They can't afford to be funny. And so the media must begin to think in terms of coalitions. The thing that protects the media in other climes are the coalitions that the media builds. What is the role of the media coalitions? Coalitions like the Newspaper Proprietors of Nigeria, like the Broadcasting Organization, like the NUJ, like the Guild of Editors. So we want to have a media conference, and we go to the governor of Sokoto State, and he feeds us to a lavish dinner, and he gives us transport money as we're going back, and he gives us all the things, and I don't want to go on, and he funds the entire conference, and we come back home, and we will break a story about what he's doing. Really?
Really?
We have to begin to, we must have the uncomfortable, ask the uncomfortable questions, and have the uncomfortable conversation. And the people themselves who should buy the media products, you see them say, and Premium Times or Cable does that, and they say, listen, help us support investigative journalism. And I can ask Simon, how many citizens have given you, not a lot of money, 500 naira to support the work you're doing? The people themselves are not even interested in ensuring that there is a vibrant and independent media.
But could it be because of the advent of social media? I mean, there are a lot of citizen journalists, and before even the traditional media break a particular story, citizen journalists are all over town. The gates there are no gatekeepers anymore.
But there is still, but you know what? People still know professional journalism when they see it. Every traditional media is now, where all of us are online. Everybody is everywhere. We're on YouTube, we're on everything. Everywhere they say we should go, we're going there. Everybody is running helter-skelter. We're following it. So, okay. So, when you say traditional and you say citizen, anybody who wants, people know where to go when they want true story. When they want to know what is really happening, after they've heard the gossip, they now begin to, but this thing, I didn't see it in cable. I didn't see it in this. I didn't see it on Vanguard Online. I didn't see it in, they still go. The people know where to go for the news.
Right. Thank you very much. Let me come to Dr. BEKA. I mean, you're a citizen. You've heard that elsewhere in the world, there should be support for funding for the media. What's your take on this?
Well, I think that the other two panelists have pointed out the problem, and we have a problem. The press in Nigeria has a problem that needs to look at what has happened in other climes. What is happening? How is it that CNN are able to fund Paul and other people? What are they doing? No. You see, that's the problem. I always say that development is when you are able to solve problems. And at one point in time, those developed countries had those issues, and they had to think of a solution. Now, if we're able to solve this problem, then we'll have a better press. A press that can investigate anywhere, that will not be afraid of anything. And so from the citizen point of view, I think that we need to solve this problem because Nigeria needs it.
We need to solve this problem. Let me come to you, Mr. Martin Zillo. We know that the BBC is funded from the money made from the licenses people pay. So how can we bring this to bear? Madam Semenitari has talked about funding, and we're still on it. She's talked about how comatose the public broadcasters are in Nigeria. How do we revive these two, given the information or the background that elsewhere in the world, licenses are paid, money is used to fund the public broadcasters?
You know, to whom much is desired, much should be given. Okay?
Let's appreciate him if you really want to.
I still believe that we have to work it out, government or whichever way. Because any society without a vibrant, viable media is doomed. You know, your governor today, you won't like the media. But tomorrow you're not going to be governor. You're going to be slammed in jail. And the people you look for help from, the media. So we need to work out something. Even if it's 1%, either from petroleum, either from whatever kind of tax to support the media. But then, you talked about BBC. You talked about CNN. And I want to ask all of us who watch cable, international cable news, all the adverts on CNN, is it not by Nigerian banks and organizations? Something Africa, this one, that one. The Tony Elumelus of the world, they put their adverts on CNN. The Glow, MTN, making money right here. None of them will put an advert on a Nigerian news talk show which addresses issues, does investigative